जो समस्त मनोरथ को पूर्ण करती है। वे मेरी कथाओं को खोलते हैं तथा मुझे ज्ञान देते हैं। जन्म जन्मांतर वे मेरे प्रभु हैं। वे बिना भक्ति की दान करते हैं और अविद्या का नाश करते हैं। वैदिक शास्त्र मुक्ति चरित्र का दान करते हैं। हे श्रील प्रभुपाद करुणा संपन्न नमस्कार पाते हैं। आप सबके गुरु होने और सभी प्रभुओं के जीवन में हे श्रील प्रभुपाद मुझ पर दया कीजिए तथा मुझे अपनी श्री के नमस्कार प्रदान कीजिए। आप संदेश तीनों लोगों में पैदा हुआ है। विष्णु भगवान अनेक प्रकार के भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद जी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन। जमुना तीर बनचारी। जमुना तीर बनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन। यमुना तीर बनचारी। यमुना तीर बनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी भगवान की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। रामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। गुरु द्वारका धाम की जय। स्वामी तो भक्तविंद की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू देशमें। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू देशमें। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
ममा माया विनाश ऐश्वर्यम् अष्टांगम् अनुप्रवृत्तम् श्रियम् भागवतीम् वास्पृहयन्ति तद्भद्राम् हरस्य Me Te Ashnu Ato Vibhuti Ashnupate tu loke Ato Vibhuti Mama Maya Vinasta Aishwaryam Ashtangam Anupravarta Shriyam Bhagavatim Vasprayanti Bhadram Parasya Mete Shnuvate tu loke Ato Vibhuti Mama Maya Vinasta Aishwaryam Ashtangam Anupravartam Shriyam Bhagavatim Vasprayanti Bhadram Parasya Mete Shnuvate tu loke Thus, because he is completely absorbed in thought of me, the devotee does not desire even the highest benediction attainable in the upper planetary systems, including Satyaloka. He does not desire the 8 material perfections obtained from mystic yoga, nor does he desire to be elevated to the kingdom of God. Yet even without desiring them, the devotee enjoys, even in this life, all the offered benedictions.
Ato vibhutin mama maya vinastya maisajja mastyanga manupravittam sriyam bhagavatim vas prihayanti bhadra parasya me te asnu batetu loke. A pure devotee, as it is instructed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how to keep the position of pure devotee. There are many explanations. Rupa Goswami has also given the same idea in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and Narad Muni, he has given the same idea in the Narad Pancharatra, and Bhagavan Sri Krishna has also given the same idea in the Bhagavad Gita. From all Vedic scripture, it is understood that a pure devotee, he does not want anything from the Lord. He does not want. Even he does not want liberation. What to speak of the material thing? Dharma, artha, kam, moksha. The material position is one wants to become religious. Dharma. Why? Now he can get material opulence. Now why material opulence? Now because he can gratify his senses, calm. And when he is frustrated, then he wants moksha. Dharma, kam, moksha. Generally, people are very much attached. Those who are human, not the cats and dogs, they do not know anything. But those who are elevated in the living condition, they want to become religious or economically very prosperous, dharma, artha, and good facilities for sense enjoyment. And then, after enjoying all these things, either by frustration or by further development, they want mukti. But a devotee does not want any of these things. Any of this. He is not at all interested. Just like Bilamangal Thakur the other day, I told you this story. He says that Mukti Mukulintanjali Sevati Asma. My Lord, if I am fixed up in devotional service, then what to speak of Mukti? Mukti is just like my maid servant. She is standing on door. What can I do for you? Mukti Mukulitanjali. Anjali, just like folded hand. Sir, what can I do for you? That is the position. This is why a devotee shall want mukti. No. He doesn't want anything. Simply he wants to serve Krishna. That's all. He wants this facility. No other thing. Chaitanya Mahapurush, that is Chaitanya Mahapurush level. Na dhanang na janang na sundaring kavitang bhajagadish kam. Mamo janmani janmani share bhavatad bhakti rahuitu ki toi. Toi unto you. Let there be my devotion. Rahuitu ki. Without any motive. Everyone has got some motive. People become dharmic, go to the temples. That's very good. They're pious to ask something. Oh God, give us our daily bread. A bhakta, pure bhakta, he does not ask anything. Why he should ask? A pure devotee is kept in the hand of Krishna. Just like if you keep something very carefully, jewel in your hand, you are very careful. Similarly, when Krishna takes care of you, as he says, Aham tva sarvapapi bham mukhosya, then you are just at the care of, just like a big man, a very rich man, if he assures you, don't bother, I take care of you for everything. Just imagine what is your position. If a big man gives you assurance that I take care of you, don't bother. You haven't got to do anything. I shall take it. So when Krishna says the Supreme Lord, who is the proprietor of all opulences, Aishajyasya samakrasya bijyasya jasasya saraishajya purna. Aishajya, 6 kinds of opulence. Krishna has got full control over 6 kinds of opulence. All riches. We can say, I am millionaire. I am proprietor of crores. But I cannot say that I am the owner of all the banks of the world. That is not possible. But Krishna can say, Bhoktaram Jagatavasam, Sarvalokamahasa. Not only the banks, but everything which contains the banks, all the planets, Sarvalokamahasa. So who can be richer than Krishna? So if Krishna says, I take care of you, then where is the question of poverty? That is, people do not know. They want some opulence, material opulence. But he doesn't want Krishna, the proprietor of all opulence. That is our misfortune. The proprietor of all opulence, as he says, just surrender to me, I take care of you. No. It is not possible. I shall have to take care of my business, that will maintain me. I will have to take care of my this and that, my country, and so my family, and friends. And Krishna says, no, it's simply surrender, I will do everything for you. And he assures Arjuna, and the sister, Jangalabdha chaparangalabhaga mannate nadhikam tatha. You just to try to achieve that thing, which achieving, you will be no more aspiring for achieving anything more. That is Krishna. That is Krishna. Just like Arjuna, he did it very conscientiously. Krishna said that this war, your fight is family. I am connected with both the families. So I cannot take part in this war. No. But they insisted that at least take some part as you like. Then he said that I divide myself into 2. So One side, all my soldiers, 18 Akhoini soldiers. And one side, I am alone. Now you select which one you want. The Duryodhana thought that what shall I do with Krishna? He is one man. Let me take his soldiers. So he took all the soldiers. And Arjuna said, no, Krishna, I want you. The Krishna said, no, I will not fight. No, you simply remain in my side. All right, I shall become your chariot driver. That's all. So, this is intelligence. You just capture Krishna. And Krishna, how he can be captured? Krishna can be captured by your bhakti. Otherwise, he is very, very fat. You cannot capture. It is not possible. Ajita. If anyone wants to conquer over Krishna, that is not possible. That is, therefore Krishna's name is Ajita. Nobody can conquer. You find from the history Mahabharata. Mahabharata means the greater history of India. Maha means greater. As you write, greater Bombay. Similarly, Mahabharata means greater Bharat. Don't think of this Bharat. 3-bit Bharat. No. The whole planet was Bharatvarsha. That is called Mahabharata. Greater Bharat. Everyone was being controlled by the emperor in Hastinapur, the Pandavas. So in that history, you find Krishna had so many dealings in Mahabharata, but he was never conquered by anyone. Therefore, his name is Ajita. But you can conquer over this Ajita. Ajitopi jitopasi taistilokyam. By whom? Sthane sthita sutigatam tanuvam manohi namrata namanta eva. This is the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that don't try foolishly to speculate about God. Stop this foolishness. The same example, the frog in the well is thinking of the Atlantic Ocean. He has never seen Atlantic Ocean. He's speculating. Some friend told him, my dear friend, frog in the well, I have seen a vast mass of water. What is that? The Atlantic Ocean. What is that Atlantic Ocean? Very great mass of water. Oh, bigger than this well? Maybe 4 feet or 10 feet. In this way, if you speculate, you'll never understand what is God. If you want to understand God, then try to understand from God Himself. He knows. Actually, if you speculate of a big man, a neighbor, a friend, what is his wealth? Oh, he appears to be a very rich man and very strong man, very influential man. And these are the opulences. Very beautiful, very wise. So you can calculate. But if you make friendship with that gentleman, and if he speaks about himself, then you can understand what he is. Then how you can understand God, Krishna, by speculation? This is foolishness. Therefore, Shastra advises you that jnanam jnane prayasam udapasam. If you think that you are a very learned scholar, you are very advanced in knowledge, and you can manufacture what is God, give up this foolishness. That's all. Don't make this foolishness. Jnane prayasam. Oh, what is your knowledge? Nimite, upamandu, the frog in the well. How you can imagine? Simply by imagination. Is imagination God? Can you create? The Mayavadi says that we can imagine God. God, it is so great that it is not possible to understand the Brahma, but we can imagine some form. This is my philosophy. No. This imagination will not. You cannot imagine God. God is fact. God is not subjected to your imagination. And your senses are imperfect. How long you will simply speculate? Give up this practice, foolish. Don't. Jnana prayasam mudapasa, no. Just become submissive. Jnana prayasam mudapasa, navantai. Be submissive. That is Bhakti Marga. Bhakti Marga is submissive. Therefore Krishna says, Sarvadharman pratyajya mam ekam saranam braj. Saranam braj. Be submissive, rascal, you are manufacturing so much, so many things. Give up this practice. Just surrender. This is what. If you do that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advises, this is spoken by them. Then sthane sthita sutigatam. If you become very, very humble and submissive and pray to Krishna sincerely, Krishna, it is not possible for me to know you. If you kindly please explain how can I know you, then it is possible. If you please, if you think I shall be able to understand you, just as Arjuna said that Krishna, it is not possible to understand, but if you kindly think that I am fit to understand of your vibhuti, please tell me. This is submission. And Krishna explained about his vibhuti. Then he concluded, Athava bahunaitena kingatena tavajna vishtabha idam yaham krishnam ekangsina stituja. How long I shall go on speaking about myself? Simply summarize. What is that? No, simply by one part of my opulence is maintaining the whole cosmic matter. Ekangsina stituja. Only one little portion of my opulence. You just understand. Otherwise, how much? So little of there are innumerable universes. Athabhava unaitin kinyatina tavartana. Ekangsina sthito jagat. Jagat means this universe. There is not one universe. We are only seeing one universe. There are millions of universes. Altogether, that is called jagat. Gacchati iti jagat. The ekangsina sthita. This is also confirmed in many other Vedic literature. Jasaika nishyasata kalam athavalamba jivanti loma vilaja jagadannana pha Vishnu mahanasa yajasa kalaviseshu govindamadi pulisam tamam. Brahma Samhita means the prayers offered by Lord Brahma. This is accepted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Brahma Samhita was not available by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was touring in South India. So he collected one Brahma Samhita handwritten in the palm leaves and he copied it. Formerly there was no press. These important shastras, Vedic literature, were kept in handwriting. I copy from your book, my other friend copies from my book in this way. Those were interested. The literatures were not so cheap. Only highly qualified Brahmins, they used to keep handwritten, and it was worshipped in the temple as deity, shastra. Not that it is available everywhere. Now press has made it very cheaper. But we should always understand that granthas or the scriptures should be worshipped as God. That is sound incarnation of God. It should not be neglected. Don't neglect Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavad as ordinary books. You must be very careful. So, as you take care of the deities, you should take care of the books also. So this Brahma Samhita was copied by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from one Kesam Mandir in South India, and he gave it to his disciple that here is the summary of Vedanta and Bhagavatam. Therefore we quote from Brahma Samhita. It is authorized. It is authorized by the Supreme Person, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in that Brahma Samhita, it is said about Krishna in so many ways that here as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Ekamsena sthito jagat, only by one of my portion, the whole material creation is resting. So in the Brahma Samhita, it is explained in many places. One of the places that Jasyaika Nishasita Kalamathavalamba Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadannanatha. Loma Vilaja, the pores on your body. From that pores and from the breathing process, the universes are coming out. Universes are coming out. Jasyaika Nishasita Kalamathavalamba Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadannanatha. Jagadanda means universe. In each universe there is a Natha, or the supervisor, the manager, or the supreme person, just like for management here. Similarly, in each universe there is Lord Brahma. He is the supreme creature, manager. So these managers live only to that period when Mahavishnu excels, when the Nishasita Kala, just like we excel and inhale. So when excelling, all these universes are created. And when it is inhaled, they go into the mouth, coming and going. So many universes, and the Brahma, whose duration of life is also described in the Bhagavad Gita. Sahasra Juga Parjantam Arahajat Brahmano Vidu. Brahma's duration of life is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Sahasra Juga. We know Jugas, the Juga, the four Jugas make one Dibba Juga. That Sattva, Treta, Dapar, Koli. Sattva Juga, 18 lakhs of years duration. And Dapar Juga, 12 lakhs of years. And Treta Juga, 8 lakhs of years. And Koli Juga, 4 lakhs of years. So altogether it comes to 43 lakhs of years. This is Juga. And multiply it by 1,000. That means 43 lakhs plus 30. How much it comes to? Some crores of years. That is Brahma's 12 hours. Sahasra, if you take Bhagavad Gita, if you believe, if you read Bhagavad Gita as it is, then you can understand. And if you by misguiding them, by misinterpreting this Bhagavad Gita, stop this business. If you believe, you have to believe like this. You cannot interpret. That is not possible. Why you should interpret? It is a fact that Brahma's ayu's duration of life is very, very big. Not only Brahma's ayu. Even if you go higher planetary system, you are going to the moon planet. There are living entities. I do not know why they say there is no living being. Where they are going. But if we believe our Shastra, the moon planet is one of the heavenly planets. And the duration of life in the moon planet is 10,000 of years. And their year means our 6 months equal to their 1 day. That is called Dibba. In this way, there's high, not only as you go more and more to the higher planetary system, you become more and more opulent. Just like here in this material world also, and if you go Europe, America, you become more opulent automatically. Automatically. I'm giving some examples. Similarly, if you can go to the heavenly planet, you become more opulent. Therefore, they are aspiring after going to the higher planetary system, karma kandya. They perform yajnas and pious activities to go to the heavenly planet. What is the idea? The idea is that we shall be able to enjoy more duration of life, more opulence, more money, more beautiful woman, more nice garden. Actually, that is a fact. That is a fact. But a devotee is not interested in all these things. A devotee is not interested. Because he accepts Krishna. Therefore, he is not interested. But Krishna says, Abrahma bhuvana lokan punaravartina arjuna. My dear Arjuna, even if we are promoted to the Brahmalok or the planet where Brahma lives, where the duration of life already explained and opulence, and very, very great part. But still you have to fall down from there. So why a devotee should be interested in such thing? No. A devotee wants Krishna, the supreme, eternal, nitya nityanam, chetanas chetananam. That is the Vedic version. The Supreme Lord is the supreme leader of the nityas. We are all nityas, eternal. He guides. Therefore, Krishna plays with the living entities. Narayan, Krishna in the spiritual world. There, Krishna and the devotees become his friend, coward boy. They play with Krishna. They want that thing. They do not want to go to the Brahmaloka or the Chandraloka or this loka or that. But that will be finished. That will be finished. Because that is Maya vinastam. Maya is finished. It may be, just like here we see, John lives for a few seconds, or one at night, there is clogging together so many millions and millions, and by the morning they're all dead. So their duration of life is comparative. Similarly, Brahma also, it may be millions of years, but he'll die. Krishna has said in the Bhagavad Gita that Abrahma bhuvana punaravartina. The birth and death, old age and disease there everywhere. Either you go to the Brahma planet or this lower planet or this Brahma life or human life or cat's life, dog's life, tree's life, everything is finishable. Mrityu sarva harascha ham. Krishna is ultimately presents himself to the atheist as Mrityu, as he appeared before Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was declining. His son was asking his father, my dear father, why you are disbelieving God? And he was becoming angry. I am God. Well, who is else God? I am God. You see, all the demigods, they are afraid of me. I am so powerful. But Prahlad will not agree. He will say, no, you are not God. God is not. This was the father and son. So, he did not believe in God. He was thinking, I am God. Therefore, as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mrityu sarva harascha. Those who are atheists do not believe in God. The God comes before them as death and takes away everything. All his power, all his opulence, all his money, all his everything taken away. Mrityu sarva. So that is the atheist class realization of God. And theist class, They believe in God, they worship in God while living, and their business is in this life they are serving God, Krishna, and even after death they will do the same business. Nitya yukta upasate. So there is no difference between going to Vaikuntha and in this temple for a devotee, because the business is the same. So why they should aspire even going to Vaikuntha? Why they aspire? Therefore it is said, what is said? Sriyam Bhagavati vas naskriyayanti. Because Vaikuntha, if you go to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, you get equal opulence, like Krishna or Narayan, Sadhujas, Sarupa, Shasti. There are 5 kinds of mukti. So one of the mukti is Shasti. Shasti means equally opulent with the Supreme Lord, equal. In the Vaikuntha, the devotees or the inhabitants, they are equally opulent. Everyone is like Narayan, 4 hands. Equally opulent, just like in Vrindavan also, Golok Vrindavan. Krishna and the cowherd's boy, they are equally opulent. The cowherd's boys in Vrindavan, they do not know that Krishna is God. Krishna is greater than him. No, they think as Krishna is as. They are so opulent. So that is the devotional position. Therefore it is said, Atho vibhuting mama maya vinastam vaisajam astanga anupravittam sriyang bhagavati vaspriyanti bhadra. The devotees do not aspire for all these opulences. Their only aspiration is, ambition is, how to be engaged in the service of the Lord. How to be engaged. That is that. And in that way, they get everything. There is no difference. When you worship Krishna, manmana bhavamad bhakta madhyari mangastu, mami vaishyasi. So he has already gone. There is no difference, the worshipping of the Lord here and there. Just like in politics, sometimes, these are some of the examples that in a foreign country, when you are staying in your seat, then you are not subjected to the rules of that country. You are subjected to the rules of your own country. Similarly, so long you are in devotional service, you are not subjected to the rules and regulations of this Maya. Mayamitang tarantiti. Mayamitang, mami prapadante, mayamitang tarantiti. Anyone who is not devoted, who is not engaged in the service of the Lord, he is under the control of Maya. And anyone who has surrendered to Krishna and is simply 24 hours engaged in the service of Krishna, he is not under the control of Maya. Mayamitang tarantit, Krishna says. So therefore, a devotee is not aspiring of any so-called material opulence. Even Ashtanga Siddhi, yet it said, Vaisajam Ashtangam Anupravittam. Ashtanga Siddhi, the yogis, those who are actually yogi, they get Ashtanga Siddhi. Not these cheap yogis, gymnastic. No. The asana, gymnastic, that is all right. That is the process only to go to the yogic platform. But when one actually on the yogic platform, he gets siddhis. Siddhis means perfection. Anima, loghima, mahima, prapti, osita, like that. He can become smaller than the smallest. That is anima siddhi. Some of the yogis, they can, you keep him within the room, locked up, and he'll come out. Because as soon as there is little let out, he'll come out. That is called Anima Siddhi. Logima Siddhi. You can walk by achieving this. You can walk on the water. You can fly in the air. You can go from one planet to another by flying. You can go to the moon planet or sun planet by capturing the beams. That is called Mahima Siddhi. There are so many Siddhi. You can create even one universe. Not this magic little gold. But you can create not universe, one planet. These are such. But a devotee is not anxious to do these things, this jugglery and magic. He wants the one juggler, Krishna. That's all. Because he knows that if I gain Krishna, I can achieve the favor of Krishna, then all juggleries and magic are in my control. He will do that. Just like a rich man's son. He does not endeavor to get money. He knows my father is so rich, I can spend it as I like. If I am a good son, father will give me money. This is the position of devotee. Therefore, he is not after any vibhuti, nor even is aspiring going back to home, back to God. That is also aspiration. A devotee does not, because his home is, he can create Vaikuntha here. Therefore, temple is called Nirgun. Temple is called Nirgun. In the Shastra, that the forest is Satagun and city is Rajagun. And the places like these four sinful activities are going on. Illicit sex, intoxication, gambling. There are places, every one of us aware of it. So they are called Tomo. So to live in such places where illicit sex or prostitution is going on, the place where drinking is going on, the place where meat eating, hotels, restaurants is going on, and gambling going on, these places are towns. And ordinary cities and towns, they are called Rajagun. And forest, therefore, formerly, those who are aspiring after spiritual and they left either city or these things, everything, they went to the forest. That is called Bonaprastha. Bona means forest. Before taking sannyasi, one leaves his family connection and goes to the forest. Banangato ja harimasrayeta. Banangato harimasrayeta. There no. Why they used to go to the forest? To take shelter of Hari. Banangato ja harimasrayeta. So that is Shakti. And above all these things, to live in the temple, that is Nirgun, above Satagun, Rajagun, Tam. Therefore, those who are inhabitants of the temple, they are in Vaikuntha. But unfortunately, it is Kali Yuga. You are trying to create such Vaikuntha in this Hare Krishna land, and the police commissioner says it is nuisance. This is our God. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. He accuse others. Nobody has seen that. Why? You may not have seen, but why you say nobody has seen? You have not seen that person who has seen God. Therefore you say like that.
So those people who wrote the Bible did not see God.
That is, when God is canvassing, here I am, Krishna, they will not see it. And still they accuse nobody has seen. Krishna Kirtana Sala Natana Paramu Premo Metamani Veera Veera Jana Priyamu Priyakaro Mema Pujitamu Chai Tanna Kripa Bharau Sri Chai Tanna Kripa Bharau Bhuvi Bhuva Bharava Antaraka Bande Rupa Sanatana Raghujudav
Get the deities ready and all, and then the frankincense and myrrh was just bellowing up, and then the temple room was ready, and Govinda prayers start, and the doors open, and Prabhupada just kind of swanned in, just with so much dignity and majesty. And then he would just pay his obeisances to the deities. And it was extraordinary when you were a pujari and he would just be there and you would be just doing your arti, but just totally conscious that Prabhupada was right behind you as well. And what an honor it was. And it was something that I just absolutely loved, dressing the deities, and actually every aspect of deity worship was something that I just kind of fell into, and it just became natural. And one day Prabhupada came and he was standing by the deities. I could just see out of the corner when I turned around that he was really looking at Krishna, and I just really felt that he was seeing Krishna, because of course he was seeing Krishna, and we believed he was seeing Krishna as well. And so then he gave class, and we did the offerings because it was a matter of cooking and pujari work. And word came down, Prabhupada wants to see you. I went, oh gosh, Prabhupada never asked to see me before, This was the first time Prabhupada wants to see you immediately. And I thought, oh gosh, what have I done? And so I took the apron off and went upstairs, and Prabhupada was just sitting there on his asana, and I just went in and I offered my obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, and there he was. And I just remember he just had a gamcha on. It was like massage time, and there was a window behind Srila Prabhupada's asana in his room, and the morning light was kind of coming through, and I don't know if it was diffused light, but I just remember he actually looked golden. And he was just smiling at me when I came in. And Shruti Kirti was there, and he sat down. And, so, you have dressed the deities? And he was saying, Krishna is looking very beautiful. Thank you so much. And I said, well, thank you, Srila Prabhupada, because Krishna wouldn't be here without you. And then he said, oh, thank you so much. You are doing very nicely. He was just so merciful. And then he said, always serve Krishna. And this life will be perfect. And the next will be perfect because you'll go back to Godhead. So that was the nutshell. So simple. And then he waved over to Shruti Kirti and he said, give me my purse. Then he dips his hand into his purse and takes out $20, which in 1975 is quite a lot of money. And he hands me the $20 and he said, this is for the deity worship. And I said, oh, we'll use this for the new outfit, Srila Prabhupada. And he said, very good. Very good. And he said, continue as you are. You are doing very well. And I just thanked him for the opportunity to do the service. And And here I was kind of lamenting because I never got to have much personal service for Srila Prabhupada in the sense of being in kind of the inner circle. And then actually that was just a fallacy really, because in doing whatever we were doing, we were in the inner circle, and it wasn't about externals. It was about just being present and doing our service. And Prabhupada just, he was just reaching out, and that was so wonderful. Having that little intimate exchange, that few minutes, has been one of the gifts that Prabhupada's given me.
At the New Dwarka Temple, it was arranged that every evening at the last arti, there would be a performance for the deities, for the pleasure of the deities. But there were no devotees there normally, just the deities and maybe a few scattered devotees who were still up. And our night was Wednesday, the theater night. And we would do a different Leela each Wednesday, and we would dress up in full costume and makeup. And Prajapati would read the Leela, and we would act it out in mudras and dance. And it was so beautiful. It was like performing for the king and queen. You know, you'd come in and you really felt their personhood by doing a full out. Gave us the perspective of really not just seeing the deity, but feeling the presence of God in the deity through these activities.
Yamuna Tiro Banachari Yamuna Tiro Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Hari Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabi Hari Jai Amrita Paramahansa Parivrajagacharya Sutare Smaga Paridhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki Jai Ramacharya Sri Haridas Thakur ki Jai Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakti ki Jai Sri Radha Krishna Mo Gopinath Sam Khand Radha Khand Giridhar ki Jai Vrindavan Dham ki Jai Navadvip Dham ki Jai Ganga Mai की जाए जमुना माई की जाए गुरु द्वारका धाम की जाए स्वामी तो भक्तविंद की जाए ऑल ग्लोरी टू दैट ऑल ग्लोरी टू दैट थैंक यू वेरी मच So Krishna has given you a very nice engagement, husband and wife. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Yadabara was filming Prabhupada chanting japa in his quarters, and I was taking still photographs as Prabhupada walked back and forth. Yadabara ran out of film, so he left the room to change his film. And I was there with Prabhupada. At one point, Srila Prabhupada stopped walking, and he stood in front of a large painting of Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. And he said to me, "Such an old man, and still he is chanting." So I didn't know what to say at the time, but on reflecting on it, I felt that this was Prabhupada's instruction, that we go on chanting, that we don't stop because of old age or any other physical reason, but instead we learn to relish the chanting and take shelter of the chanting and understand it as our connection to Krishna and our connection to Srila Prabhupada by following his instructions.
I felt very fortunate because, I got to see Prabhupada when he wasn't with his disciples, when he wasn't busy training them in management in so many different ways or chastising them for mistakes they had made. And being involved and seeing that the books were being produced and just all these different services he was doing for his spiritual master. And then at various times in the day when the doors closed, Prabhupada was just there by himself. And there are the times that I liked the most because he was a devotee of Krishna and Prabhupada loved Krishna. And you would find him in his room reading. And sometimes from the servant quarters, all of a sudden you would just hear the harmonium. It wasn't Krishna Kanti, coming in and recording bhajans. Prabhupada was just doing bhajan. And whenever I heard that, I would run into the room and I would offer obeisances. And as soon as I would sit up, Prabhupada would just give me the nod, get the kartals. And I would just play kartals and Prabhupada would play the harmonium. And we would just chant. It's one reason I stayed with Prabhupada as long as I did because I found being with Prabhupada was just very peaceful for most of the time. And it was amazing because, as we know, Prabhupada was doing everything. He was running everything, the entire society, the BBT, taking care of so much mail every day, doing the classes, the morning walk, instructing devotees. But somehow or other, it seemed like there were hours where Prabhupada was just alone. And he was a devotee of Krishna. And he was very sweet. He was doing everything he was asking us to do, just develop our love of Krishna by chanting and hearing and so many times reading his books. He would walk around and chant in his room, just chant on his beads, walk around. And sometimes he would jiggle his bead bag and you could hear the beads in his bead bag. But there was just this peacefulness that was amazing because of everything that he was doing. But as soon as the door closed, it was all gone. It was just Krishna there with him. And Prabhupada was happy. Even someone like me, you could pick up on some of that, and just feel so peaceful to be with Prabhupada. It's like he didn't want to be anywhere else at those times.